What's up, everyone? I told you I'd be back for another edition of the Derek O'Shea Show. I saw this clip being passed around, and I had to say something. I had to get something off my chest. Let's watch this little clip that's been circulating the internets of Jim Acosta accosting Donald Trump at the border. There's two different views. We need to see both views before we diagnose it.
Apologize about January 6th. Governor Abbott soon to be here with the current president.
I love that angle, but let's watch this other angle. This is Donald Trump's angle, so you get both sides of the coin, as they say. Nothing. All right. Diagnosis. First of all, look what's going on right now. There's Jim Acosta right there. Jim Acosta's in the very back. Everyone in the crowd has their back towards him. And he's like, remember me? I'm Jim Acosta. Remember I used to yell at you at the White House? I got famous off of that. And the liberals clapped me and they loved me and they made me a hero. But TikTok wasn't as big and no one was making songs about me like Dr. Fauci has. Dr. Fauci has songs and I don't have songs. I'm on CNN. I'm Jim Acosta. I'm coming out of retirement because there's a potential for Trump to run in 2024. Dear God, I need to be back on the scene. Liberals need me. CNN needs me to fight Donald Trump on every area. I bet you Jim Acosta is going to follow Trump everywhere. If he runs for president, he's just going to follow him. He's going to yell at stupid stuff like he just did. I love that everyone booed him. Just like he's like that bully that bullied you all through high school. And then you go on to be a great leader of a company and sees you again and tries to bully you again. You're like, bro, I'm not that guy. You're not that guy. You're not that guy, bro. I'm not that guy anymore, man. I'm a man, and obviously I'm doing better than you. So why don't you go away? He's like a little annoying bird. He's just annoying, but I just love what's going on. There's a few articles like The Hill, Daily Mail, of course CNN and MSNBC don't say anything, but Jim Acosta booed at border after asking Trump to apologize for January 6th. Oh, there's a talking point right there. January 6th, let's remember it, because as I reported this morning, the Confederate statues, yes, they were about taking them down, but they're more about, hey, remember there were some people that came into the Capitol and they had the Confederate flag. So that means everyone that voted for Trump is a Confederate soldier and they're white supremacists. And we need the NSA to look after them. I mean, they don't go after our citizens. Just ask Tucker Carlson, Edward Snowden, whatever. CNN's Jim Acosta was booed by a crowd that gathered at the southern border during a former President Trump's visit on Wednesday after he asked Trump to apologize for January 6th insurrection. First of all, why would he apologize? Did he say, let's all go to the Capitol and break in and destroy everything and go nuts? He said, will you apologize for January 6th? Acosta shouted at Trump after former president concluded his speech near a section of the border wall. No, several people in the crowd. No, okay, The Hill. Actually, they booed him. They didn't yell no. God. It could have been no, or it could have been booing. It's up for interpretation. Thanks to Hill for that great reporting. Several people in the crowd, made up mostly of Republican members of Congress and staffers, aka white supremacists, shouted back at Acosta. Some in the crowd began to boo. No, everyone booed. The White House reporter turned weekend anchor. Exactly. He's weekend anchor, and why is he even there? CNN sent him there to battle Trump. That is... It's like something out of like an old Greco-Roman movie. It's like, send your best warrior to the fight. We choose Jim Acosta. Boo. These people are a joke. I mean, CNN, honestly, you're a joke. You're a freaking joke. And you're not as bad as MSNBC. They're just like they're like a whole nother level. They're like that aunt that you know is crazy, that you never talk to, and that you just are just like, you know what? I'm just going to let them be. And if they come into my life, I'll pretend to be nice. But I'm just going to pretend like that channel doesn't exist. But CNN is like that crazy aunt or uncle that comes over and you're like, God, who invited you? It's freaking Jim Acosta. Why are you here right now, man? We're having a good time. We're talking about the border wall and how Biden's ruining everything. Do you want to apologize for something that you had nothing to do with? Okay. After the crowd shouted Costa down, Trump looked in the anchor's direction, smirked, and gave a thumbs up. I think he was giving a thumbs up to the crowd. Whatever. At the border event with Trump and Abbott, I asked Trump if he's going to apologize for January 6th. He did not respond, as Acosta tweeted. Don't you love that? Look at Acosta. Look at this little tweet. At the border event with Trump and Abbott, I asked Trump if he was going to apologize for January 6th. He did not respond. Crowd of mostly GOP members. Yeah, because why would a bunch of Democrats be there? And Steph booed. Great tweet, Jim. Jim, thanks for being back in our lives. We haven't missed you at all. Peter Ducey is better than you and everything and doesn't act like a total asshole, because that's what you are. You're just a dick. All you are is somebody who is just, you're just a troller. That's all you are. You're just like a lot of people that come on my stream. I'll be streaming. I'll be having a nice conversation, or I'm just listening to Biden talk, and then you just start arguing out of nowhere, even though I haven't even said anything. And you just want to keep arguing or making fun of how many people are watching my content. I don't have the same viewers as CNN. I don't have 1 million. Nobody props me up. All you are is a troll. You just come down to this event, and you had this pre-written plan thing that you're going to scream out, do you want to apologize for January 6th? And you were hoping to have your moment of, hey guys, remember me. I'm Jim Acosta. Here's some pictures from the border wall event with Trump. Acosta getting booed. Let's hear it one more time just for giggles.
Apologize about January 6th.
Look at, okay, after he yells it, people's backs are, okay, there he is right there. There's Jimmy. Beep, 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 beep. He's got the body of an 8-year-old boy. And then go to the gym, bruh. Get some squats in. And then everyone else has their back turned. It's just not even, boo. Not even acknowledging him. He's like, no one's looking at me. I'm gonna keep yelling in the middle of this YMCA song. It's probably too loud for even anyone to actually hear. Just nothing. All right. Trump visited the border and bemoaned what he called a sick state of U.S.-Mexico border during a trip to Texas with GOP lawmakers, according to The Hill. We have a sick country in many ways, and this is from Trump, I guess. It's sick in elections, it's sick in the border. And if you don't have good elections and if you don't have a strong border, then you don't have a country. And he's correct. You should have to use an ID to vote. This isn't racism. This is common sense. If you want free and fair elections, you should prove you're a freaking American citizen before you vote. It takes 2 seconds. I do it all the time when I vote. I go up to the voting booth. I know this is controversial to some. I go up to the voting booth. I show my ID. I prove, hey, this is my ID. I'm Derek O'Shea. And they're like, okay, Derek, they're like, okay, your address matches. And I'm like, perfect. That's exactly correct, because I have a driver's license because I'm an adult. And then I go vote, and then I give them my ballot, and I walk away because that makes sense. This idea that you could just walk up and vote and then leave, and they're like, we just need more frequent and fair. That's not frequent and fair. There's nothing fair about not proving that you're a citizen. Again, I have sisters that lived in California. They live in rentals, and they receive ballots of people who didn't even live in a condo anymore. And if you are a person that isn't fair or free or decent or have a conscience, when you vote, for somebody else, or especially if the media told you that Trump is Hitler in disguise, wouldn't you? I mean, if you had if you were the reason that Hitler didn't go into office, wouldn't you maybe lie and push some ballots in? Insane. Bank said President Trump spent 4 years fixing the border, but Biden administration broke it again, and they did. They didn't just break it. Biden and Kamala, they encouraged it. They said, just come. This is America. We have open arms. They said, we're going to let you in. They're not going to stop you. And so they just flooded the border. I mean, you saw the caravan coming the minute they were elected. This doesn't take a rocket science. I know the media likes to pretend like you don't have any logic, or you can't just see a video of a caravan coming after Biden gets affirmed and put in office. They assume you're so stupid that you just think that, oh, this is Trump's fault. And then they just spout this nonsense. And it doesn't take a person with, an extremely high IQ to know that Biden administration has perpetuated and encouraged illegal migration. It's so obvious. This is what, and it keeps going in the Hill article. Acosta regularly sparred with former president and members of his press during his 4 years at the White House, and that's exactly why he's there. He's there to regain his fame, hoping that people make songs about him on TikTok. Maybe I'll make a song about how I'll make a diss song. Over the weekend, Representative Mo Brooks, Republican of Alabama, a hardcore Trump supporter. Don't you love how they added that? A hardcore Trump supporter. What's a hardcore Trump supporter? I think a lot of people that say they're Trump supporters, they're just supporters of ideas and the triggering that happens when you say that. Like, I like Trump. I voted for him. Whatever. But I don't. If it's DeSantis running and not Trump, I'm not going to be like, oh, but I want Trump to be in office. I'm just going to vote for DeSantis. If it's DeSantis or Biden, I'm voting for DeSantis 100% of the time. The media pushed for it to be the Trump party. It's just so silly. Over the weekend, Representative Mo Brooks, a hardcore Trump supporter, reviews an interview with Acosta saying he did not trust the newsman to report on him fair or accurately. Of course. If you know anything about the internet, they splice and cut things up and make it however they want. He said, I do not do interviews with CNN because I do not trust CNN to be honorable or truthful. Brooks told Acosta, you guys will lie through your teeth any chance you get. No, Brooks. They don't lie. They'll issue a statement of things that they've gotten wrong. It might be a tiny paragraph, and it might not be, anywhere, their viewers might never see it. But, if they get something wrong, they fix it. Okay? I know they get a lot wrong. They get sued over these things, but you have Brian Stelter, Reliable Citations. He is doing the best job that there is. And to wrap this segment up, it's just this guy right here, Trump, gives people so much TDS, that Trump derangement syndrome, that Jim Acosta is flown out to where Trump is just to have his moment, his 2-second moment. And it didn't come off well, and it wasn't reported anywhere, and he's just trying to be relevant again, because this guy has given people so much anxiety and depression and delusional thoughts of what he actually is that it's insane. And the media is culpable for those actions and those feelings completely, and they pretend that they're not. As Jim Acosta just proves it right there, as he screams at Trump an accusation out of nowhere that there's no way. It's just like that quote of saying that Trump said that there's good people on both sides, therefore, they take things out of context. They love doing that. The fact that Trump even had a rally before the insurrection, so 1 + 2 = C, therefore he did it. They hate him. They hate everything about him. He's French. He's not, knighted by those in power. He's none of the establishment. He's not like Biden and all these people with the big backing of the stock market and big tech, and the big tech hates him, and he's pro-America, and they hate that as globalists want to make us more unified and us be on all the same page. It's refreshing to see Trump going out and doing these things, but it also is a reminder of how insane the media gets when he is anywhere in the spotlight. He could be, feeding thousands of homeless people, and the media will find a way to make him try their best to try to make him look bad, even though he's being like the best person on earth. They hate. I'm not saying he's a stand-up person. I'm just saying that they just have it out for him so much so that it's delusional. And just the mere sight of him, CNN pays Jim Acosta. I'm sure they put him on a private. He probably was on private or flew first class down to the border just to have that 2-second moment. They're unbelievable, these people. Let me know your thoughts below on Jim Acosta and CNN. And if you're listening on audio, you can email me at thederekoshayshow@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on any social media platform. I'd be happy to talk with you. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. But it's refreshing to see this still going on, but also it's just annoying. It just takes away from the message. Any good that he did, they just couldn't. They refused to report on it and refused to pretend like it was real. And instead, they call him things like Hitler or a fascist dictator. It's just all lies and just idiocy. Anyways, thanks so much for joining the Derek O'Shea Show. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And as always, I'll see you on the next episode of the Derek O'Shea Show.